Wait for it. Wait for it. Ugh. That's probably going to be one of the most frustrating ways to die in Call of Duty, by players like this laying on their stomachs or hiding around corners or camping in general. As I turn the corner here, and these guys were camping in this building the whole match, or in the beginning of the match, because it's 19 to 18 as you can see right there. I took the building from them, and I know campers are very predictable when it comes to their style of gameplay. If they have a certain area of the map they like to camp in, they will continue to come back and try to camp there again. So what I do is a little reverse camping here. I take the house, I wait for them to come back, and sure enough, these guys keep coming back trying to kill me. I keep killing them, giving them a taste of their own medicine, give my team a little bit of lead. I get all my score streaks. It's just a good little run here of reverse camping on my part. And sometimes you got to play that way against these type of players. Campers, you know, if there's really, really heavy campers and you're a rusher, sometimes you just really got to slow it down. You can't go around and be all aggressive, because these guys are going to be hiding around corners, laying on their stomachs like I'm doing right here. I'm just giving them a taste of their own medicine. And you know, I've noticed a change in my gameplay style a little bit, and it all started with Ghost. I would say the last time we've had maps that were really rush friendly was Black Ops 2. You know, I started playing Call of Duty really, you know, a lot in Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, into Black Ops 2, and then we had Ghost come out, right? And Ghost was one of the first titles, I think, that we had really, really design-heavy maps. They were big maps. You know, there was a lot of nooks and crannies, a lot of rooms to go into, a lot of windows to look out of. And a lot of people started to complain about all the campers in the game, how the campers were breaking the game, and it wasn't fun to play because there was campers everywhere. And then, of course, they didn't have a good UAV system, so that was even worse, because now you didn't know where these people were hiding. If you threw up a UAV, you had to throw down that little shitty SATCOM, and that didn't work well unless everybody else had one. It was a nightmare. It was one that we got by just playing a little bit more conservative. Like I said, it did help me change my playstyle a little bit. It made me take it down a bit, and I was like, okay, I gotta just pick my moments, move forward a little bit more cautiously. Because in Black Ops 2, the maps were, I think, a little bit more 3-lane, simple, you know, classic Call of Duty maps. They were very rush friendly, like I said. There wasn't too much, you know, nooks and crannies to go around. Yeah, there was some head glitches. Yeah, there was a little bit of camping, especially by like wormers and stuff like that into rooms. But it was something that you could fight against, especially if you were just a good rusher and a good player in general. But with these newer maps, with Ghost and now Advanced Warfare, if you look at the design of some of these maps and how big and expansive they are, you know, spawns that stretch back, you know, an extra, I don't know, I don't want to say feet because I don't know what feet is equivalent to in the game, but, you know, the spawns are way back there, especially in Atlas Gorge. You have that long street back there. In Chop Shop, there's like an extra building behind the spawn. And there seems to be a lot of wasted space, if you will. There's a lot of this extra room that I don't think is really necessary. And that in itself gives campers more, you know, methods to go in there and say, okay, I'm going to go in there and camp in this room, or I'm going to go hide in this spot. And the more and more design heavy and intricate these maps get, I think the more and more campers we're going to see. And I know that is one of the reasons that people say, oh, this title sucks or that title sucks, and there's too many campers in this title, and this game's lost its fun factor because I can't go around and rush and kill people. Well, you know, I think a lot of that has to do with the maps that we're getting nowadays. It's kind of a catch-22. We get these well-designed, beautiful, intricate maps, but all that does is allow for more and more campers to find more and more spots to camp in. You know, these ledges up here, these rooftops. You know, there's more trash cans and debris everywhere. There's extra rooms. There's more avenues to take. And, you know, yeah, they're fun to play on, especially if you get players that rush around and, you know, play the archaic. I was going to say archaic. The arcade style of shooters, which is just run and gun. But, you know, I don't know. It just seems like it's a different game now. You have to play a little bit different with these maps. You know, I think Black Ops 3 is going to take the same step forward, and these maps are going to still be design heavy. They're still going to be big, and it's still going to allow for a lot of camping. And I know a lot of people last time they liked Black Ops 2 was because, oh, it just seemed like a rush-friendly map. You can go out there and have fun, run and gun. And, you know, what if Black Ops 3 comes out with design-heavy maps like these last two titles? People are going to say, oh, it sucks too. There's so many campers. You know, so I don't know. It's kind of weird that it's gone that way. You know, I don't really know how they can fix that, except for maybe not allowing so many nooks and crannies and maybe keeping a few design elements out so people don't have more places to camp. But I don't see that happening. I think more or less people are just going to have to evolve, change their play style, you know, not be so aggressive, kind of be more methodical in the way that you traverse the map. Because right now, I'll tell you, if you go out in Advanced Warfare and think you're just going to run around like a chicken with your head cut off, spraying people down, it's not going to work. I mean, it will work in some lobbies, don't get me wrong. It's not like saying it can never work. But for the most part, if you run around like that, the other team will get frustrated, and then they're going to start camping. And I've noticed that too. You know, obviously in the beginning, the other team will come out guns blazing, but as soon as you put the pressure on them and they notice that they cannot outdraw you or cannot outrush you, they'll start laying on the floor like that guy right there. They're just going to start laying around nooks, and they're going to start hiding in corners and aiming out windows. But, you know, how do we fix that? How do we get rid of campers? There's never going to be a method to get rid of them all unless you say, okay, the game knows if you're a camper, and if you stay in some place too long, you blow up, kind of like Crank, but I don't see that happening. But again, you know, I think a lot of it could be fixed just from a developer standpoint. Like, you know, those two ledges back here in Horizon, those two ledges where people can jump up there, there's really no need for that to be up there, except for a camper to go up there and camp up there the whole game. It's stuff like that that they need to change, but I don't think they will. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below, if you agree or disagree. Thanks for all your views, subscribes, and likes. This is Nessinator1. I appreciate it all, and I'm out.